lovelies, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Linz. So I am doing a recipe for you today in obviously the Ninja AF 400. It's my baby at the minute and we're doing all sorts. But I am going to be making an adapted recipe out of the book that came with it. Now, the recipe was on page 33. So if you have this and you have the book, you're going to be able to see sort of like the ingredients and stuff, but if not, I'm going to pop them down in the description below. I've adapted this, so instead of the toffee part of it, I've put that out because I don't like it personally. This recipe though is going to be so adaptable to use, so I'm going to get into that a bit more when we're going through what's going on down here. So we'll bring you down. Another experiment I'm going to be doing today, lovelies, is a lot of people are asking what's the difference between the air fry setting and the bake setting and so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one tray on air fry and one tray on bake, and I just want to see for myself really, as well as use, if there's any difference. So let's get down here and we'll have a look at the ingredients. So hopefully I've got some angling quite well today. I have a big bowl. I have two. They're ripe, but they're not overly ripe. So I'm going to put these into this big bowl. So this is just two ripe bananas. The riper they are, I think the better they are. So it's a great use of using up bananas, I suppose. Then we have 2 eggs. So it says large eggs in the sort of like instructions, but these are just ones I've got now from my friend's chickens. So, and I know these are ripe. I know these are okay because they're fresh from the hens. So now, if you're a bit worried about doing your eggs and stuff like that, then make sure to sort of like maybe crack them into another bowl if you're not confident enough to do, you know, the shell, shall we say, because there's nothing worse than getting a bit of cake or something and a wee bit of shell in it. So all I'm doing there is trying to mash that up. I am having a few problems with my hands at the moment, lovelies, with arthritis, so I am going to be using a wee hand whisk, but you can do all this all by hand. So that's all that in there. So far we've got 2 ripe bananas and 2 eggs. That's just, yeah, I'm not going to go to town too much on it. I have 100 ml here of vegetable oil. So I'm sure you could put maybe sunflower oil or something if you wanted. Coconut oil might work well. I'm not sure on that. So let's give that a wee bit of a mix. I have 200 grams here of brown sugar. So, you know, it's up to yourself. You can try and adapt this a wee bit if you want. So I'm just going to throw that into there as well. Try and clean up as I go. Now this here is 200 grams of self-raising flour and half a teaspoon of salt. So as you can see, I'm not particularly too careful, just giving it a wee bit of a mix. Just, oh, it looks lovely, doesn't it? Now we have mixed spice here. You could also maybe use cinnamon, which I've done in the past. Try and get that lid off. And we are putting 1 teaspoon of that. Now, somebody asked me in one of the videos before about the links to these because they're really handy. They all kind of like clip together, magnetized. I'll try and put a link down in the description. So about there. So we've got 1 teaspoon of that mixed spice. There's banana everywhere. Hold on. Now I have some of this vanilla extract. It's not going to matter which vanilla extract you use. And again, I'm putting 1 teaspoon in there. So I am going to just mix this up with the mixer. Get rid of that fork. And I'll be back then. Now that's that mixed up lovely. Don't forget it is going to look a little bit lumpy because you've got the banana in there. But that's that. Just going to get rid of all this over to the side. Now for putting this into cases, I have some of these silicone things and I must say I absolutely hate them with a passion. But they make a good wee stand to put your normal cases into. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing now for 12 of these. So we'll get on with that. Now, very messily, I am going to try and fill these to just about a centimetre above the tops. So this is the bit I absolutely hate. And if anybody's got any tips to make this a little bit easier, do let me know down in the comments. They're all very messily filled, not as bad as I normally do them actually. So here comes the sort of tricky bit. We're going to take our tray and gently lift them and put them in. Watch this go completely. I won't say that, this might get me demonetized. There we go. Now this does actually fit 6. Now you could try and do this while they're in the tray, but I have had complete disasters with that, so that's why I chose to try and do it this way instead. So, now that there is the first 6 in. I won't speed this bit up just in case there's a disaster and you don't get to see it. I think the disaster is the mess I've made all over the chopping board. But hey. Now, if you don't have these silicone cups, you can use a double thing of them. Okay, so that's all of them in there now. And bring it up so you can see. Basically, what I'm going to do is I am going to put number 1 on bake at 160 for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to go to number 2 and I want to put this one on air fry, and we're going to bring it down to the same temperature and the same time for 15, and we're just going to leave them there, let them go and see what happens. And I'm going to come back when it's got about 5 minutes left just to have a wee sneak peek. So let's see. Slightly forgot what I was doing and forgot to bring this back. So we're at just about, they've got 3 minutes or so left. So I just want to have a look. Yeah, they're not done yet. That's the bake side. They're doing something really weird in there. Ugh. And then, yeah, no, we're definitely not done, so there's no need to skewer them just yet. So we're just going to leave that to do its thing, and we will come back at the end of the time, and fingers crossed they'll be done. Okay, so it's finished. Let's give them a poke and see how they're done. So this was the bake side, if we can remember, and they definitely don't look like, you know, normal cooking channels. Oh, we're fairly clean. I think they could do with a few more minutes though. Yeah. We're going to turn it around and we're going to have a look at the air fryer side. Oh, now the air fryer side looks a little bit more done to me. So we're just going to poke them and see. Yep. A little bit, maybe. So what I'm going to do, this might be a complete fail now at this stage. So we're going to turn it back on. 1 was bake, and I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes. Okay. Now on drawer 2, we had it on air fry. So down to 160. And them I'm going to make it fair, and I'm going to give it the 5, because we want a proper good test to see the difference between the bake and the air fry mode. So we're going to put that on, and then I'm going to come back at the end and we'll see how they get on. Of course, we're going to do a taste test as well. So both of these now I've had 20 minutes each. This one on bake, we'll have a look. We're going to take them out, and this one on air fry. So let's see. I'm going to put them out onto a tray down here in front of me. So I'm just going to bring you down a second. Oh, hello, Bobs. And we're going to see, because there is, for me, what looks like quite a big difference in the way these have cooked. Not major, but I don't know what some of these have done. They've tried to escape. So these ones here are the bake. And these ones here are the air fryer setting. Now, if you've got one of these, I don't know if it's just my imagination, but when I've been using these settings, the bake setting doesn't sound as fierce when it's running. It's like the fan's a little bit slower. Don't know, maybe that's just me, but so that's that. So this one, oh my god, I really have to stop saying so. This one here is the bake side, and we've all decided that we're going to try and escape the cases. A few have this side, but not many. And this one here is the air fry. So I am going to leave these to cool down and kind of guard them with my life, because cupcakes disappear very quickly in this house. And we'll be back to do a taste test and cut them in half and just see what the difference is, if any. So it's taste test time now, and we're going to go down and we're going to have a look. So if we remember, this side here is the bake, and this side here is the air fry function. So I want two that kind of look in and around the same. So this one here is bake, this one here is air fry. Now it isn't really showing up on the camera, the difference, but there is one. What would I use going forward? I'm not sure, to be honest. I think we're going to have to kind of fiddle around with this a little bit more. Now, they're definitely not winning any awards for their appearance, but it's not about that, is it? It's about what they taste like. So this one, don't forget, is the bake one. So we'll have a look at that. Looks okay. This one is the air fry. This one is a lot more cooked looking, but not as fluffy. I don't know. So there is a difference. I'm just not sure what it is. We're going to cut them in half and see. Ooh, nice bit of crisp. They're definitely cooked. Look nice. Yeah, the bake one, there is definitely a little bit more fluffiness too, if that makes any sense whatsoever, compared to the air fry. But the test isn't the taste. So we'll go with the baked one first. Really, really nice. They just have all the characteristics of a good banana loaf, just in a muffin. And I mean, if you think to cook a banana loaf in the oven, I think it was like 40 minutes to an hour. So if you're doing half of that time by making them a bit smaller, then yeah, go for it. Now this is the air fryer one. It's still nice, but it kind of has a bit of a stickier feeling to your teeth. It's not that it's undercooked, it's just more dense. Does that make any sense? I don't know. them there now, when they've cooled, whizzed in the microwave for a dessert. 30 seconds with a little bit of ice cream or something. Oh yeah, nice. They're going to be eaten regardless. Definitely a recipe I'm going to try again, but I might just, we might come back to it in a future video, and I might do like, I don't know, an updated version, because I think I could make that recipe a lot better than it actually is. Lovelies, I want to say a massive thank you if you've made it this far in this video, and I hope that it might have helped in some way. Now, if some of you are here and you've seen a few of my other videos where I've used the energy meter, I absolutely completely forgot about it today, so I am really, really sorry about that. And I do have quite a few new subscribers, and you know, it just really makes my day. So thank you again, and time is precious, so for you to spend this bit of time with me, it really, really does mean a lot. And yeah, thank you. So next up, I don't know what we're doing, but stay tuned. There will be some more videos with the Ninja. There's going to be some more videos with the Instant Pot. So trying to make a little bit of content for everybody, I suppose, with the cooking, and trying to make it cheap. This recipe, I'm not sure if it works out that cheap. I will have a go at writing down sort of like approximate prices and things like that, and maybe put up a wee screenshot at the end or something. Well, now basically. So once again, thanks very much for watching, and yeah, let me know if you try this recipe and what you think, and I shall hopefully see you all very soon in whatever I've comment next. Bye for now, lovelies.